Charles Manson was born on November 11th, 1934.
His mother, Kathleen, gave birth to him when she was 15. His father was a man who left soon afterward.
I am a street child. I'm a runaway little girl at 15 years old out of Kentucky named Kathleen Maddox. And she went to Cincinnati, had a guy named Charlie Manson.
When he's 4.5, his mother and his uncle are sent to prison for a botched attempt at armed robbery.
And she went to prison, and I used to visit her in the prison visiting room. The only thing my mother taught me was that everything she said was a lie. And I learned never to believe anyone about anything.
I just can't seem to adjust to your society because no matter what I do, it's wrong.
Belong on a death row or a condemned row, if there is such a row. They belong in a place like this, if they've been convicted of murder and killing.
Most of the people in here are just your reflections. They're your mistakes as a collective society.
Even though they have rebelled against that society.
Well, they weren't born rebelling. They weren't born with the anger and frustration that they have. That had to be put on them by somebody. Somebody created them. It's as if your outside world programs people into education and knowledge. The inside unprograms people to wisdom and understanding.
My best friend means I invented you.
You believe in God, Charles?
Sure, I believe in myself. And why wouldn't I? Which one?
Are you Jesus Christ?
Which Jesus? There's all kinds of Jesuses. There's a black Jesus down in Florida. He's having a good time. There's a Mexican Jesus in Mexico. I mean, there's all kinds of there's a Jewish Jesus. I mean, Jesus, you know. There's all kinds of Jesus coming back everywhere. And nothing can stop it. It's a consciousness that lives in your mind. You know?
And I really didn't care to go back to prison. See, prison doesn't begin and end at the gate. Prison is in your mind. Drugs, LSD, I don't consider a drug. I don't consider peyote a drug. Those are more or less religiously significant awareness, mind-expanding apparatuses that come from the intelligence of the universe. I don't need to live in this physical realm. I walk around in the physical realm, and I put on the faces, and I talk, and I play, and it's just a big act, man. In the spiritual world is where I live. I exist in places you never even dreamed of. You talk about, you know, this little physical realm. Charlie Manson that you created, that's not me. That's only an illusion in your mind. It hasn't got anything to do
today, 20 years later, and they still have no idea what you're about. Tell me in a sentence who you are.